I know what you're thinking.
What do you think I'm thinking?
Well, you must think it's a bit weird. Last night I told you about Helen and how once upon a time we were...
Engaged, yes, you told me.
And tonight, here she is.
I'm sure it's just a coincidence. What does annoy me is having a political meeting with no audience because somebody sabotages the poster outside. Helen is just a bonus. A pleasant bonus.
Forgive me, but have I walked in on a relationship?
Nothing of any lasting
speaking.
significance.
Oh,
Well,
it's complicated.
It always is.
Something funny?
I bet you don't know what I'm thinking.
Probably not.
Out of all the rooms, 17A, and all the evening institutes in all the world, you had to walk into this one.
Casablanca.
Right.
Oh, it's an old film, isn't it? Casablanca.
What do you think it was? A town in Morocco?
Can we give you a lift?
Thank you.
Where do you want to go?
Whatever's convenient.
Drop me at home. I'm assuming you two want to go off somewhere and talk.
Do we?
Do you?
Why shouldn't the three of us talk?
You mean sensible, mature, grown-up people talk?
Why not?
The trouble with sensible, mature, grown-up people talk is I always feel out of it.
Keep trying, my love.
It's another fiasco. A disaster. A catastrophe.
Sir, with respect,
Do you know a better word for it?
I would say an error of judgment.
An error of your judgment, Hobson.
I acknowledge that freely,
There's no need
sir.
for you to acknowledge it. I'm telling you, it was a cock-up.
One could criticize the timing of the operation.
One could. Could one?
In the sense that we did not find any stolen property in the basement of the church. It was an ill-timed operation.
You could raid all sorts of places on that basis. The Lord Mayor's parlour, your neighbourhood convent, the Oxfam shop. You could say, oh, sorry, we didn't find any stolen property because it was ill-timed.
Will that be all, sir?
No, I haven't finished humiliating you yet. Oh, look, sir. You think I've got it in for you because you're a graduate copper, eh? You think it's arse-about-face snobbery because you've got a university degree and I haven't?
No, sir, I don't think that.
Oh, good, because it isn't that. It's just personal. I don't like you and I think you're useless at the job. Resentment about your education doesn't come into it. Understood?
Understood.
Also, you didn't tell me you wanted to nick Big Al. You must understand, if you want to nick Big Al, there's only one way to do it.
Plant some evidence and fit him up.
I'm astonished to hear you suggest such an approach, Hobson.
It wasn't a serious proposal, sir. It's just a theory that I've heard expressed by some of my colleagues.
We do not plant evidence and set people up, Hobson.
Of course not, sir.
Except in one very precise situation, which does not at this moment arise.
May I ask what situation that might be?
You may.
What situation might that be?
We set people up, Hobson, when I order it to be done. In the case of Big Al, I will give no such order. There is such a thing as integrity, even in this day and age.
I find that very reassuring.
That's all, Hobson. I may decide to shout at you again later.
Evening.
Now then,
Did you hear what happened?
police raid, wasn't it?
That bird brain Hobson.
What's the odds? We got nothing to hide.
Well, I know that. Blinded him with signs and invoices.
All right, no problem.
I just don't like to be noticed. I like to be left alone.
Well, that's all anybody wants. It's a man's birthright in a democratic society.
What newspaper have you been reading coming out with stuff like that?
I made it up.
There's things going on, Norm. Let's go to the office and worry a bit.
Who's going to make the coffee?
I'll do it. I'm extremely good at coffee.
You've trained him well.
You should see him fetch a stick out of the sea.
No milk.
I remember.
Well, shall I tell my story so far, or are you going to tell yours?
I thought Trevor had told you ours. Well, mine.
He said some time ago you were engaged, and you quit because he bored you out of your skull. Or am I oversimplifying?
In big, bold capital letters, that's near enough.
History's always in capital letters.
What about your story?
We teach at the same school.
Don't forget, I can hear every word.
2.5 years ago, my marriage broke up, and Trevor... It's very difficult to explain, really. It started with him giving me lifts to school in his van. A relationship developed.
Like sex and things?
Yes, sex and things.
Also, I'm very good about the house.
You live together?
Not all the time. Tuesdays and Thursdays, alternate weeks.
Sort of.
But you still have the flat?
Oh, yes, I like to run back to my little heap of squalor every now and again.
I love Trevor's flat.
So do I. He doesn't.
He's a funny lad.
Right.
And that's another thing. How did you find me?
I went to the flat.
Well, I wasn't there. I was out.
There was a poster on your door, same as that one.
And you thought that's where he's gone?
Yes.
Brilliant.
Coffee.
Coffee.
You must have been very keen to see him.
I suppose so.
Am I allowed to ask why?
Oh, this is difficult.
You're not pregnant by him.
I'm not pregnant.
Even if you were, there's no way it could have been me.
No, it's not that. Straight question, Jill. How important is Trevor to you?
Straight answer. Half the time he drives me mad, half the time he keeps me sane.
Obviously, he hasn't changed.
Well, I'm very sorry, but I'm all I've got.
You just pour the coffee. This is our business.
What's wrong?
When you said that, you just pour the coffee, this is our business, you sounded just like her.
So?
I'll pour the coffee.
All right, is it?
Yeah, fine.
Little sharp on the palate, but the consequences can be of great charm and delight.
You what?
Who shopped us?
You're always doing that.
What?
Talking about 3 things at once.
It's like life, Sunbeam. Life is generally about at least 3 things at once. You're lucky if it's just 3.
Are we talking about who shopped us?
Yes,
Right.
among other things.
Oh, give over.
Who shopped us? Who told the police to search the basement?
Somebody told them.
Who?
Who knows about that basement?
Us two, and the vicar.
Our vicar wasn't grass, didn't Christian.
Correction, the vicar wouldn't grass on account of the vicar isn't Christian.
Isn't he? I thought that to be to qualify.
Not according to my study of his moral and ethical what's-its.
You know him better than me, I take your word.
Plus, 2 school teachers.
Oh, them 2.
Those 2. Mrs. Swinburne and Mr. Chaplin. Gave them a conducted tour when they're looking for jazz records and a hedge trimmer.
She wouldn't shop us. She had the chance that time we were fighting at a football match.
And what about him?
Doubt it.
He is a Geordie.
What's wrong with Geordies?
Nothing except they're not Yorkshire.
Didn't like he comes from London.
Do you think I'd have a Londoner set foot inside that warehouse? Be your age, Norm. I don't know. It's the intrusion on our privacy that I object to.
Sex.
That's a bit out of context, old son. I can't imagine it's a suggestion.
You reckon that life's always about 3 things at once? Sex, when you're having it, as far as I remember, is like about 1 thing at once.
You think that, do you?
Yes.
No wonder you live in a state of permanent confusion.
I don't. Do I?
This is very good, Trevor.
I just follow the instructions on the jar. I'm great at following instructions.
You still yawn the same way.
Is there another way of yawning? Mouth seems the obvious place.
You're right. I've noticed the yawning. It's unique.
Thanks.
He snores, too, sometimes.
Really? I'd forgotten that.
Tell us why you came looking for him.
Well, for a start, I didn't know I'd find what I see here.
There's some sort of relationship.
Right.
Tell us just the same.
Well, it's history now, but we met at a jazz club.
Ancient history.
I'd still like to know. This is women's talk. Why don't you listen to some music? Sorry.
We met at the jazz club and started a sort of relationship and did all the usual things. Took him home to meet my parents.
That's when I learned how to yawn.
Ignore him.
And being very conventional people, we got engaged and started saving money in a building society and buying sheets and towels and.
I walked through that valley once upon a time.
And then I decided we were boring. Well, both of us. We were boring each other. And I thought another 40, 50 years of boring each other was no sort of proposition. So I wrote a little letter to him and ran away to London.
Streets paved with gold?
I got a job in a bed-sitter and met a bloke.
That must be the most sinister phrase in the language. Met a bloke.
Your actual metropolitan sophisticate.
I know. Suave as buggery, sharp suit and forward-facing haircut.
More or less.
What did he do for a living?
He's one of the 10 million blokes in London who tell you there's something in the media.
Something in the media. You mean like a rat or a slug?
You've got the idea. I found out he collected provincial peasant girls. So I quit the job and got the next train home. Ran back to Mummy and Daddy.
Your simple peasant parents?
Yes. My dad's got a chain of chemist shops, so he's not that much of a peasant.
Take the point. Not many peasants in southern Italy with chemist shops.
I suppose
What?
I gave up Trevor because he was boring. Tried somebody dynamic and metropolitan.
Dynamic.
Oh, his word.
They all think that.
I thought I'd check out the boring one. Make sure I was right.
What a pretty picture.
Bless the child.
Yes, that's what he is.
A child.
Innocent.
Vulnerable.
Infuriating.
Sulky.
Drives you mad.
And keeps you sane.
Afraid so.
I ought to be going.
How are you going to get home?
I'll ring for a taxi.
Telephone your parents. Tell them you're staying with friends.
You sure?
The man of the house is in no fit state to drive you home. And besides, I've enjoyed talking to you.
Oh, it's mutual. Thank you for listening.
Wake up. It's time to go to sleep.
It's time for a couple more records, isn't there?
No, too late. No more Charlie Coltrane and his flat-foot flugy boys.
That's clever.
It's wrong.
But good.
Thank you.
And that's another thing.
What's another thing?
How did you know I was there?
How did I know you were there? How do I know what you're talking about?
Well, you went to the flat. I wasn't there. You saw the poster, so you went to the Evening Institute. There was a poster outside, but it said the meeting was cancelled owing to illness. So why did you go in if the meeting was cancelled?
The man said you'd be there.
Which man?
There was a man sticking that sticker on your poster. The sticker about the meeting being cancelled. So I said to him, that's a shame. There was somebody I was hoping to see at the meeting. And he said, who was it I wanted to see? And I told him. And he said you'd probably be in the room because he thought you were on the committee.
Well, who was he, this man?
Well, I didn't ask his name. It said cancelled owing to illness, and you're not ill, are you?
No. I'm as well as can be expected in the circumstances.
Can you describe him?
But does it matter?
He's become a keen amateur detective since you left town.
Well, of course it matters. They sabotaged your meeting, didn't they?
Well, not they. Him. Just him. And his dog.
A bloke with a dog?
Yes. That's why I said it.
Jason.
Is that the bloke's name?
No, it's the dog's name.
Is it always like this?
Yes, it's fine as long as you don't expect conversations to make sense.
And you haven't even tidied away. Call yourself simple peasant girls.
I'll ring my parents.
Right.
He doesn't seem to be as boring as he used to be.
Right.
Proper breakfast.
So?
And we're going to be executed.
Only if you make a big production number out of sitting down to breakfast.
Oh, it's generally a walking about job, isn't it? Be honest. And where's the poached steak to go with this?
In the fridge. Poach it yourself.
Well said.
Well, there are limits.
Marmalade?
Marmalade?
Hell's teeth, 2 sorts of marmalade.
This really is a difficult decision for you.
No, it's a very easy decision. I'm just going to have butter.
It's like Jules et Jim
That one.
Jules et Jim, French film.
by Francois Truffaut.
With Jeanne Moreau.
Oscar Werner.
And
Good question.
somebody else.
Somebody else, but very good looking.
Why is it like a French film I've never heard of?
Oh, it's about a ménage à trois.
What did Horace say, Winnie?
3 people living together. 2 fellas and a girl.
I see.
Her name was Catherine.
And she liked 2 different flavours of marmalade.
I love that bit at the end of the film where she dies and the voice on the commentary says, Catherine had always wanted her ashes to be scattered to the winds from the top of a hill.
But it was not allowed.
I quite enjoyed the French connection.
You've got no soul.
Where I was brought up, we were too poor to have them. I think some of the Catholic kids had souls, but...
And you're prejudiced.
No, I'm not. Just ignorant. Tell you what, Helen, you do sound like her at times.
I think that's a compliment.
He doesn't.
Time we were moving.
I like her.
Good.
She's bright.
Obviously.
How do you mean, obviously?
She knows about French films. Is that why you asked her to stay last night?
Is what why I asked her to stay last night?
Because you like her and she's bright.
Do you want a straight answer, Mr. Chaplin?
I don't know yet. You tell it me, I'll let you know afterwards.
The alternative to Helen staying the night was for you to give her a lift home to Tadcaster.
I suppose so.
I thought that was not a good idea.
Me being alone with her.
She's very vulnerable at the moment.
I'm vulnerable all the time.
Well, that's another reason.
And how was the meeting?
A little disappointing.
Decent audience?
Nobody turned up.
Almost nobody.
How very frustrating it must be when one tries to transform the whole universe and nobody turns up.
What do you know about transforming the universe?
I tried it once, Mrs. Swinburne, one Tuesday in 1959.
These potatoes are cold.
There's been a breakdown in communication. The lettuce is warm.
Am I to understand that there was no political meeting as such?
As such, we went back to our place for coffee and grown-up conversation.
I love grown-up conversation.
Like that French film.
How fascinating it all sounds. Grown-up French conversation back at your place, Mrs. Swinburne. Just the 2 of you.
And his ex-girlfriend.
You make my life sound so dull.
There's probably a good reason for that.
Oh, I know it is dull. I seek emotional satisfaction with my new hedge trimmer, which is working very well, by the way. I've almost totally destroyed my hedge, reduced it to a mere stubble.
You're being loomed over.
Sir,
What do you want, son?
someone to see you, sir.
Well, it's dinner time, haven't you noticed?
There are pools of gravy all around us, Bradley.
Says it's dead important. It's in the woodwork room. Wants to see you. It's dead important.
Who says it's dead important?
He does.
Ask him who he is, for God's sake.
Who is he?
My brother.
I didn't know you had a brother.
Well, he ain't really.
I'll be a couple of minutes.
Says it's dead important.
What's all that about?
His brother wants to see me.
He hasn't got a brother.
Well, neither have I, but I don't let that spoil my lunchtime. I let the food do that.
And he has an ex-girlfriend.
From Tadcaster.
That means, including you, there have been 2 women in his life. That's a surprisingly good career record for a fellow like Chaplin, wouldn't you think?
He was starved of affection as a child.
Really?
Never had a brother.
Your brother said you wanted to see me.
That's right. Table lamps are these supposed to be?
Yes. We used to make standard lamps. We're having to make smaller things because of education cuts.
If we're going to save the tradition of individual craftsmanship in this country, we're going to have to move fast.
Oh, you're right there. Mostly 7 minus all this lot. Did you come to discuss craftsmanship?
No, not that. But now I come to look at you, you don't look like a police informer.
Me? Why should I look like a police informer?
The police raided our warehouse last night.
At the church?
That's right.
You find anything?
A basement full of garden equipment and electrical goods.
Is that bad news?
Not legally bad news. Like I had invoices for everything and none of it's been knocked off, so...
So?
I don't like them knowing about it. It's an intrusion on our privacy. The only people that know about that basement are me, little Norm, the vicar, Mrs. Swinburne, and you.
Is there a caretaker?
Yes, me and Norm were joint honorary caretaker. But it figures that one of those people must have told the police.
Well, do I look like a police informer?
No, not really.
Mind you, I'm not sure what one looks like.
Nor me.
Yes, I do.
That's a contradiction.
I think I do know what a police informer looks like. I think he looks like the fella that sabotaged our meeting last night. I think he looks like a man with a dog.
Man with a dog?
Do you know any fellas with dogs?
About 2,000 or 3,000. Twice as many if you include the dogs.
And this one always seems to be hanging around. Him and his dog.
Do you know his name?
Jason.
And what's the fella called?
I have been giving serious thought to the question of subjects A, B, and C, and their likely involvement in what I still suspect to be criminal activity. I cannot believe that a basement full of consumer goods is unconnected with theft. I also suspect my station superintendent, Mr. Forrest, to be of unsound mind. There must be a way of apprehending my main suspects. Who is that man, Mr. Chaplin?
Which man?
You were talking to a man in the woodwork room. Who is he?
Just somebody I know.
A parent?
No. Well, he might have children. I don't know. I've never asked him.
A parent of a child in this school?
I don't think so.
Is he, therefore, one of Her Majesty's Inspectors of Education?
No. No, I'm pretty sure he's not. Mind you, I think he's got a brother in 3B.
Brothers of 3B do not qualify under any circumstances.
All right, I'll tell him.
Does he have a name, this man?
Well, I know him as Big Al.
A As long as I'm headmaster, this school does not welcome intruders with such names as Big Al.
OK, I'll tell him next time I see him.
In the saloon bar of the public house, no doubt.
No, I generally see him down the allotment. Old Wheeler acting the headmaster again.
I've just been on the phone with Helen,
Helen?
your ex.
Yes, I know who she is. I mean, did she ring you or did you ring her?
I rang her.
Why?
I said I would.
You ganging up on me behind my back?
Yes. Do you know a better way to gang up on anybody?
Suppose not.
She's taking us out tonight. She's borrowing one of her father's cars.
Where's she taking us?
A surprise.
There is a way. Red tape, bureaucracy, the state apparatus.
Bolam.
Is there a reason for the homely Geordie saying of the week?
Did she say she was borrowing one of her father's cars?
Yes.
Wonder how many more he's got.
I agree. Why, you buggerman.
Has your dad got many cars like that one?
It's like we said last night. Things change.
Your dad's changed?
He was taken rich.
You said he had chemist shops.
He has. But he's got some other bits of things as well.
Bits of things.
Yes. Bits of supermarkets, bits of hotels, bits of Yorkshire.
How can you have bits of Yorkshire?
They're called farms.
But has he found true happiness?
Oh, yes. He's delirious. So I thought, since you were both so kind to me last night, that I'd take you both out for a meal at one of his restaurants.
Oh, he owns restaurants as well, does he?
Bits of.
As opposed to calves, puddings and nosh bars.
The real article. Complete with wine list and a hysterical chef.
Oh, sounds wonderful. Thank you, Helen. Say thank you to Helen.
Thank you, Helen.
You're welcome.
But I can't come. Where to? Cuba?
Yes. But call at the office on the way.
You got yourself a new greenhouse, I see.
Yes, my brother arranged it for me.
Great.
Did something happen to your old one?
You're going to tell us all about that.
Right. What happens now?
I'm deciding. We'll start with a cup of tea.
Cup of tea?
Yes, a cup of tea. The way these organisations operate, two-handed. One of us is gentle, kind, courteous, solicitous, and the other one's the hard man.
Is that right?
When you hear him speak, he's a Geordie. You know what bastards they can be.
Good evening.
Good evening, Minister.
I was told you wanted to see me.
Yes, I gave a message to a youngster. Choir boy, perhaps.
Choir boy or vandal. It's an even shot.
My name's Hobson. Detective Sergeant Hobson.
He said you look like a copper,
Really?
which suggests more likely a vandal than a choir boy.
It's about your basement.
I thought it might be. I could tell you were interested when you and your colleagues searched the premises. Do you want to search them again?
Has anything changed?
I don't think so. You can never tell with Big Al, but
You trust that man?
I trust everybody. Say so in the book.
Alas, I have to work with a different book.
And your father owns this place?
Part owns it. Every other table, every other waiter, every other plastic flower.
Loves me not, loves me not. Yeah, I was once in a restaurant with my ex-husband, and I started picking the petals off a plastic flower. We were asked to leave.
Wow.
Oh, it was not allowed. Oh, they said it would have been all right if they'd been real flowers, but not plastic flowers. My ex was very cross about that. I think that's when the marriage started to crumble. And I became a conservationist at the same time. 2 transformations for the price of 1.
Not allowed?
I'm afraid not.
On what basis?
The law.
Whose law? God's?
The town halls.
I know when I'm beaten.
What did they tell you to do?
Look after it, dog.
And what are you doing?
Looking after it, dog.
Well then. Al said you might need that.
Ta.
Not too strong, is it?
No, it's fine, ta.
Right, we'll get down to business. We have a few questions, and we think that you know the answers.
Ah, that depends on the question.
Now, there's 3 things we want to know. First, who told the police that we were storing items in the basement of the parish church? Second, who sabotaged Mrs. Swinburne's election meeting last night? And third, who smashed up my greenhouse?
Well, I didn't do the greenhouse for a kick-off.
We'll take them in order.
You'll have to remind me what the first one was.
Who shopped us to the police?
Supposing I refuse to testify on account of I might incriminate myself.
My friend here will persuade you.
Oh, aye.
Give him an example, son.
Right.
Well, what you waiting for? Oh, I'd forgotten. It's a long time since we carried out one of these operations. I generally leave the room while my colleague does the necessary.
No, I don't like hurting people, right?
Good.
Well, that is, I don't mind inflicting a bit of pain in a good cause, but it's the noise that bothers me, you know what I mean? Screaming and such.
Yes.
In fact, I'm really a bit of a softie where people are concerned.
I'm the same myself.
Whereas animals,
Animals?
dogs and things.
Dogs?
Yes, dogs.
You wouldn't do anything to Jason, would you?
I wouldn't, because I'm here. Well, little Norm, he doesn't go much on dogs. He had a bad experience when he was a lad with an Alsatian, I think it was.
I will see now, Jason isn't an Alsatian. He isn't anything, really.
I should think he'll take it in easy stages. That's what we arranged. The longer you are answering the questions, the less considerate Norm is likely to be with the dog. Yes, he'll take it in stages, every half hour on the hour and the half hour.
All right, I'll answer your questions.
We're ready.
You've reached an understanding?
I told him little Norm will just be about moving into stage 1.
Aye, it's bound to be.
Hurry it up, can't you?
Easy stages, Sunbeam, easy stages.
Are you sure this is all right?
It's better than just sitting here.
Well, they said to look after it.
Well, playing with it's the same as looking after it.
Go on, boy, fetch! Come on, good lad. That's it, there it is. Come on, fetch it. Go on, fetch it. Look, there it is. Come on, go on. Jason, go. Oh, Jason! What are you doing, Jason? Come back here. Bloody hell.
I'll see you later.
Thanks for bringing ball. Jason! Come back!
Right, we'll start again. Did you tell them?
Yes. I told the police about the stuff in the church basement.
Why?
I thought I might make a bob or two. As a supergrass. I've not worked for years. It's a way of winning back your self-respect, doing a few bob.
As a police informer?
Well, it's not what I'd have chosen as my first choice if I could choose.
We'll believe you.
When I were a lad, there were lots of trades. Coopers, wheelwrights, hat makers, carpenters, stonemasons and weavers.
What were you?
A bookies runner. But with betting shops and microchips, there's no call for bookies runners anymore. All the old crafts are dying out.
That's answered the first question. You shopped us to the police. What about the second question?
I forgot it.
Did you sabotage Mrs. Swinburne's meeting last night?
I don't go in for violence.
Did you go in for sticking things on posters saying cancelled owing to illness?
That depends.
I've got a witness that saw you do it.
A reliable witness?
Yes.
In that case, yes, I did that as well.
Why?
Well, same reason as I became a supergrass. Earn a few bob, win my self-respect back.
The police didn't pay you to sabotage the meeting, did they?
Of course not.
Well, who did?
Somebody else.
Who?
I don't know his name.
What about the greenhouse?
I didn't do that.
Who did?
I don't know his name.
But the same fella.
Pass.
You can't pass. This isn't a game.
I didn't understand the question.
Nor did I. What do you mean, comrade?
This man, without a name, that paid you to sabotage the meeting, is it the same man that wrecked the greenhouse?
Well, I think you could say it's part of the same thing.
An organisation?
A bit.
You're prepared to take money from the police and this organisation?
Like a double agent, yes. But I mean, you get twice as much money and twice as much self-respect. I've not had a trade for years. I might as well be thorough. What time is it?
Time? The time is passing at half-hourly intervals.
What's the toast?
True love?
Never having to say you're sorry? Cobblers to that.
Cobblers to true love. True love means never having to iron a shirt.
Or listen to long stories about football or games of golf.
Never having to pretend you've got a headache.
Never having to pretend he's got a headache.
What about Trevor?
Trevor?
True love?
Some of the time, yes.
Some of the time and mutual?
Yes.
How much of the time? More than 50%?
About 50%.
It's not a bad average.
I know. Is Daddy paying for this?
Yes. All of it.
Daddy?
Daddy.
We want names.
I don't know any names.
You know, there's an organisation.
I just see this bloke in the betting shop and he gives me instructions. Like, do that to the poster outside the Evening Institute.
And what sort of people are they?
People who don't like people like you.
What have we done?
Well, you sell things cheap, get jobs done for folk.
We've created a white economy, that's all.
I think it's alternative to their economy because they're going to smash you.
Why pick on Mrs. Swinburne?
She's standing for the council.
Well, what's wrong with that?
But she's not in one of your proper parties, is she? I mean, she's not even a Liberal or a TCP. You see, she's not normal. They like normal things, like proper shops, uniforms, and trains that run on time.
We're normal.
Mrs. Swinburne's normal?
Rubbish. She's a crank. And you're a nutcase.
All right. Tell us who these normal people are.
Well, you know, shopkeepers, business chaps, councillors.
Well, that's normal. You can't get more normal than that.
And who are they?
I don't know. I know they're there on account of they get that fella in the betting shop to get me to do things.
That's not enough. You'll have to do better.
Much better. I reckon another half hour's passed since the last one. At least.
I better take a taxi home. I'll be seeing too many roads.
What about the car?
Oh, Daddy will send someone to fetch it up tomorrow.
He really is a hell of a daddy.
A hell of a daddy.
What's his name?
Daddy.
No, I mean his other name. Your other name. I only know you as Helen of Tadcaster. That's no proper basis for an ongoing relationship.
The family name's McAllister.
Scott?
No. We used to have a Highland Terrier. But
Jason.
Pardon?
Ignore me. It's nonsense.
Jason! Jason! If you don't come soon, I'm going home. Jason! Hi, Jason.
I want to go home.
You can go home.
But we want a name.
Just one name.
The name of one of these normal people who are out to get Big Al.
And Mrs. Swinburne.
One name, then you can go home to Jason.
One name.
Listen, I don't know if it's got anything to do with it or not, but one day I overheard my bloke in the betting shop when he was making a phone call. And he said, "Hello, Mr. McAllister."
McAllister?
Yes.
McAllister?
How many more times?
What is he, businessman? Councillor?
Well, I think he has chemist shops and a few other things.
And a daughter.
No idea.
What's up?
Got a nasty feeling I know Mr. McAllister.
If you already know him, why have I been put to all this trouble?
OK, sling your hook.
Right, then. Have I given you valuable information?
It's possible.
Other people give me money. The police and so forth.
This time it's for free. Think of all the self-respect you've gained.
Shut the door on your way out.
That's quite impressive.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, that was terrific. And expensive, which makes it more fun.
Oh, we saved a few £100 not having Trevor with us.
True. Were we supposed to talk about him?
Talk about him?
Or sort of make decisions?
Did you want to make decisions?
Well, why not? It's only men who can't make decisions. Trevor?
Heads or tails?
Heads.
You reckon you know this fella, McAllister?
It's the same one. I was only 3 weeks away from having him as a father-in-law.
Close.
Very.
You're right, Sol, if he turns out to be rich.
Ah, it's funny that. He was never that rich. Sort of a bit loaded, but not rich. Mind you, that I've serviettes at mealtimes in midweek. That always bothered me. Tell you something else.
What?
There's a vicar at the bottom of your garden.
Hello, Vicar.
Thought I might find you here.
Been in conference. Burden of decision-making.
Did you make any?
We agreed to leave the decisions until tomorrow.
There's another decision I have to pass on to you.
Oh, what's that?
I had the police round, Sergeant Hobson.
We know him well.
I'm afraid you'll have to move your stuff out of the basement.
It's all above board.
Oh, I know it's not illicit.
It couldn't be more illicit.
But apparently it's a breach of the planning regulations and building bylaws. There'll be a letter arriving from the town hall.
It was not allowed.
Pardon?
Like in that French film. Anybody that wants to do anything that isn't dead normal and boring, like an alternative economy, or using the church for the benefit of the people, or having your ashes scattered to the wind.
As far as I recall, 8 of the 10 commandments are negatives. Thou shalt not.
We'll just have to find another house of merchandise, that's all.
I knew there was a way. The way, the truth, the light.
Going to be a bit cramped in the shed. Still.
It was a perfectly satisfactory arrangement.
But it was not allowed.